Alright, we're here. Or I'm here. We'll just give it a minute to get going. Be right back 1 second. Alright, let's see how this is. Just getting situated, sorry about that. Is it on? Looks like it's live. Alright. Alright. Yeah, cool. It's working. Alright. What's going on, everybody? How we doing today? Thank you for joining me. I'm Keith. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be going over some cryptocurrencies. First, we'll start with some charts here. So Bitcoin's been on a little bit of a downtrend lately, huh? It's been a little bit of bad news. So we'll start on the naked charts. Maybe zoom in a little bit, see what we got going on here. So with Bitcoin's major rally, seems like it's definitely time for some consolidation after, putting in that large of a move. But what's going on here? Are we just consolidating before going off to the moon, or are we really going down deeper to the abyss? So let's zoom in a little bit more. As you can see, as of lately, Bitcoin's really been kind of consolidating within this channel here. Now we're at the bottom end of it. So you could interpret this maybe two ways. Either we're ready to bounce back up and retest maybe somewhere up in here. Although if we are going to bounce from here, I am really looking at this area as another series of lower highs. So maybe around 46.7. Of course, none of this is financial advice. This is just what I'm looking at a downtrend, series of lower highs, lower lows. And really, over time, let's actually look at the CME futures, just so we can, I forget, it doesn't work on this computer. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Man, I had this all thought out. I thought I was going to look at the CME gap, so we'll just go right back to this next plan. So this is one of a couple scenarios I have thought out here. Is Bitcoin going to find its legging somewhere in the $30,000 range? What I was trying to show on the CME chart, which I can't really show here, is there is a gap in price, and gaps like to fill typically, more often than not, that is around this $30,000 range. So if we are going to go and fill that area out, maybe in some sort of long form accumulation like this, and then going in December to January, maybe then we'll see us break past, all-time highs through this resistance range here between 46 and 51,000. That's your bullish case. Ready for the bearish case? You ready? All right, let's see if I can find out where it is. No, that's not the one. Oh boy, which one did I draw that out on? Oh man. Man, I really did not come prepared. Sorry about that. Well, I did write some shit down. I tried. My bad. Yeah, let's just click every fucking one. Alright. So, how about we just get naked here? That's not a problem. What my second idea was, which is a bit more bearish, I don't know if you guys are going to like this. Unless you're going short, then maybe you'll fucking love it. So, what do we got going on here? This would be a descending triangle. It still has quite a long ways to work out, but if you want to go back in time and look out where else you see these patterns play out, you get what kind of appears to be one right here. Let's see if, oh yeah. I mean, it kind of plays out like one, not so much. A little bit. But this is the one really over here. Yeah, I'm not just drawing Jesus toes here. There really is a little bit more behind it, besides just triangles here. It's not exactly perfect, but during this time, after Bitcoin's parabolic blow off top, we really saw this really long-term sideways consolidation before seeing a massive 54% drop. But from top to bottom, really from up here, you're looking at your 85% drop total. Now, keep that 80% in mind. Let's fast forward up to here. First, if it is going to fall down, where are some zones that it might retrace down to? So, usually old resistance becomes new support, so we'll find maybe just a couple old resistances. So, now that we have these likely retrace zones, you're looking at 14K to 20K. That's, well, let's see. From top to bottom, you're looking at almost an 80% drop right there. And that's if we could maybe even drop that down a little bit more if we really wanted to. And then, yeah, you're looking at an 80% drop. I mean, support and resistance is kind of subjective. So it really depends on how strict you're being with these, but you usually want to see like 3 touches to really get some sort of trend going on. But yeah, and from where we're at right now, that's a 70% drop. Or maybe we don't hit that far down. Maybe we just get down to 19K. Still, you're looking at a 50% drop. But it's not to say that it goes straight down from here. I don't want to get too bearish. With all this downward pressure, we could be, we could be due for a relief bounce. And a relief bounce, where we're at right now, up to the next resistance. I mean, that's a nice potential 16-17% move to the upside. So, you know, it's just, I don't know if I would jump on, start shorting right here. I mean, once again, of course, none of this is financial advice, but I mean, you could definitely still be looking at a short squeeze going on, or not even a short squeeze, just, you know, some sort of trappish situation or relief rally. But to the bottom side of the range, that's a 31% drop down to the bottom side of the range. I don't think we're anywhere near filling out this pattern if we're even doing this. I think we'd have a very long way to go before we actually break down. But yeah, that's just what I'm looking at potentially for Bitcoin. Let's check out what's going on in the news. First up, we got China's crypto ban. They've been doing this so many times. They do this, I feel like, every year. So should we really take it as anything seriously this time? Well, I don't know. I guess time will tell. People's Bank of China announced tougher measures on crypto trading that for the first time makes illegal crypto-related transactions, including services provided by offshore crypto exchanges. The September 24 notice bans banks and other financial institutions from offering services related to crypto, including transactions of fiat to cryptocurrencies. Oh man, so no more on-ramps and off-ramps, or from one crypto to another. Anyone facilitating trades is subject to legal prosecution, including those individuals who live in China but work for offshore crypto exchanges that provide service to China. Whew. China's not fucking around. More parties are involved. 10 agencies, including the PBOC, were involved in Friday's notice, a clear sign of seriousness in the latest ban. Previous ones were signed by as many as 7 agencies. The ban makes it clear it is a multi-agency effort. So, I guess that's just one of many series of bad news for crypto going on right now. Kentucky issues a cease and desist order against Celsius Network. The state is the fourth to take legal action against the crypto lender. So you're not just seeing this here against Celsius Network, you're also seeing it from the likes of states like New Jersey on other lenders like BlockFi with their crypto lending and interest-bearing accounts for your crypto deposits. They're being looked at by the SEC as potentially securities, and they want, basically them to stop what they're doing in certain states. So yeah, that's, putting the brakes on some serious innovation. Definitely sucks. On a more positive note, institutional investors preferring Ethereum over Bitcoin, says JP Morgan. And in my opinion, this is not really much of a surprise. Although Ethereum offers a lot more use case because of its smart contracts, being able to do, you're able to cut out the middlemen in a lot of things, and that really kind of, sticks it to the banks, and they don't really like that, from what I hear. But if you've ever looked into anything like DeFi using things like, oh crap, I'm having a brain fart at the moment. Sorry about that. Oh, Compound, where you can use your crypto as collateral. I don't know why that was so hard. Wow. All right. Locking up your crypto as collateral and being able to receive a loan for, basically US dollars. So you're never actually cashing out and getting a taxable event, and you're able to basically get money for your crypto as your collateral. You can pay it off later, do with the cash what you will, pay it off with the small amount of interest that there are. No banks involved, and also, yeah, none of those credit checks. So it's definitely some cool stuff if you've never looked into DeFi, as well as the fact that the interest, wow, if you've ever, used any kind of bank account, you'll know that, the interest is absolutely terrible, in my opinion. Like, if you're probably lucky to get like 1%, if that, a year on your holdings, maybe. From what I know, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of banks personally, but thank God they're there, giving loans, helping out the economy. Yay. Um, with cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, you're able to lock up Ethereum into protocols such as DAI, create stable coins that are, pegged to the dollar. So, you lock up your Ethereum, you create dollars, you can use that to grow your business, doing whatever it is, that you have in mind. There's so many things you can do with it. Like, it's not just for degenerate gambling and that type of thing. Ethereum offers banking services to those that can't get banks. All you need is really a smartphone with internet connection. So, anyways, moving on. Excuse me. Part of the whole Evergrande situation. I don't know, Evergrande. What's going on with this? How does this really relate to crypto? Really? This is all just speculation to me, but the fact that, from what I've read, Evergrande, the debt that they hold is equivalent to somewhat like 2% of China's GDP. And Evergrande or Evergrande, whatever, they were responsible for building up much of the large cities that are popping up all over China and have been built up. So they carry a lot of debt. Now, basically, it looks like they missed a payment or something like that. And how does this trickle down into crypto? Could be Tether. What if Tether is holding some of this Chinese debt? Tether gets its value. It's not backed up 1-to-1 by dollars, but it has some dollars and it has other basically debt and assets that it puts on its books. So it has stability. If there is a liquidity crisis, a massive crunch for dollars, it's possible that maybe a lot of assets might sell off, including high risk ones such as Bitcoin. That's just my thoughts on that. I don't really know shit, but that's just my thoughts. What else we got going on here? Did I get everything? Yeah, I think I got some of the news. Maybe we'll go back to the charts, check out Ethereum, because I don't. Actually, just out of curiosity, I don't think I did. I don't think I did a Fibonacci yet. I'm just curious to see what the levels on this are going to be. From high, low to high. Huh. It's a little bit above our level, but the 0.618 does line up around 14.5K. So, maybe a really low downside target is around that 14K level. Maybe that's where we're headed next as we go level by level. We'll see. Let's check out. Where's Ethereum? We got some other good ones in there, like EGLD. That one does good usually. Maybe Solana. We'll look at those and then probably call it a night after that. Let's see. Let's get naked on these charts. So, if you were in my Telegram group, you'll kind of know that I like to joke around and keep things lighthearted. And after I saw this beautiful, middle finger going on right here, I had a funny feeling that the market was trying to tell me something. So, I thought it might be telling me to fuck off. It's like, you know what? Fuck you too, man. Yeah, it definitely didn't say that. Definitely didn't. But does that not look like it's flipping you off? For real? Anyways, what do we got going on here? Really just looks like a downtrend. Oh, these charts are way too messy. Sorry about that. Got too much going on. Right here, more recently, it's just been trending down. Even after the EIP, 1559 update, where it's been burning Ethereum on some days more than it's been produced on every block, price has still been just going down, down, down. Which, if Bitcoin's going down, it doesn't surprise me that Ethereum's going down with it. But yeah, this one, if this one's actually front running Bitcoin, I mean, I definitely would not call this any kind of triangle at all. I'm just simply drawing a downtrend line that, maybe will grind sideways and drop down again before, but it's not looking good right here. Like, for Ethereum to start creeping its way out, like, we got a long way to go and a lot of resistance overhead. It really looks like we got a little bit more room to the downside to go. Let's okay. So maybe somewhere around 20% drop. But where is it really likely to drop to? If this market really wants to shit the bed. That's a tough call. I mean, I really don't want to get way too far ahead of things and start making predictions. I just want to kind of look at what's in front of me. And it looks like we do have some downside action to go. Do we have any... more longer term? All right. So if we're using moving averages, really, on the short term, more bearish as things start to curl over. The 200 is down here on this red line. That's around 2600, so that's a little bit more to go. But I want to see like weekly. Do we have like an M for murder going on right here? Oh my goodness. Oh shit. Going down to like $2,000. And then maybe over time. Oh, don't look. The hell is going on? Let's check this out. Is that possible? Maybe over time the 100 moving average will come with, and that's what we'll find some support on. I don't know. Are we going down to 1300 after all this? Is that going to be the end target? I don't want to be too bearish, but like I don't really see much hopium here. It's like just got like basically a tweezer top, 3 soldiers down, and it's, I mean, maybe we'll get some support along the 55 down here at $2,000, but maybe continue the ride, maybe along the 89 EMA, but 1500. We got. If you've been in my Telegram group, with been discussing, if you have profits, definitely protect that shit before it turns to losses. Yeah, these potential support zones, you're looking at like 47% down. Like, this is rough. If you have a plan, I mean, work your plan. So what if we are gonna bust our way through? Where are some points of failure? Well, first is we have a downward sloping trend line. So first we would kind of need to bust through $3,000, maybe 3,100 again. First we would need to get through there, but then get through really. So 3,100, 3,300 are like your next zones. Like really, like you need to, like, if you can take out this high and just kind of get somewhere above here at about 3,700, you'll really start to bring this chart back around, making this really, pretty intense bear trap. Because I mean, really, kind of once this floor gave way, like people will probably be really looking at somewhere in this area downside continuation. But if we could, V-shape out of here past 3,800 and 4,000, then that's when we look for possible double top situation going on here, and that's just going to be epic. But now I know some of you are like, oh, it can go up, it can go down, huh? Yes. Yes it can. Welcome to trading. Oh boy. What else we got going on here? So if it goes down, those are some of the areas that I'm looking at. And if it's going up, those are some of the areas that I'm also looking at. And points of possible failure. No, it's right above. So let's just look at CRO. I don't know if anybody uses CRO, the debit card. I'm not doing any product placement here, but I hear it's pretty sweet. So, not a bad chart, in my opinion. There are some people in the Telegram group that use this and love it. Really, I like the swing patterns it's got going on. Sorry, I gotta stop with the ums. Where the hell is that? There we go. All right. You really get some nice moves. So what's going on with these moving averages? It looks just like a clusterfuck going on. I mean, yeah, you got the golden cross, the 55 over the 200, And yeah, you got it coming down to test into it. Are we going to V bottom off of here? Continue, on upward? Somewhere up around 28 cents and above again. I don't know. This one's been on my radar for a long time. Been watching it. It's always been a fun one to trade. Oh, shit. There we go. I mean, it does look like it's like on a little bit of a downtrend, but that's just more short term. Like, this is one of those projects that it locks up a lot of their coins like quite often, so it reduces the supply. So like over time, it just seems to have higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Just kind of stair-stepping its way up, making one giant. Just, yeah, this looks good long term. Like, really, it's just like up. All right. I mean, near term. I mean, this is a weekly chart, so this looks a little bit more orderly. So you got it coming down, testing the 21 EMA. Is that going to be the rocket fuel V shape out of here? Or is this going to be a failed swing pattern? Well, I don't even think I would call that failed. I mean, let's look at that. That is not bad. So, $66 to 90% up. Like, yeah, I would not call that failed at all. That's a nice one. Could be opportunity. I mean, do your own research. Look at what's this one? Elrond? Eagle? This one seems to do like something long term. Very very healthy uptrend. There's not a lot of history here, but to me this just looks like one giant bull flag. Like, wow, that is some serious strength from EGLD. Let's see what we got going on in the daily. Support on the 55. Now you got tap next support on the 21. And okay. Yep, that's what I thought. Taps on the 9. And we'll be looking for continuation above 280. We're now at 232. Yeah, this one's looking like it's ready to make some new highs. Yeah, yeah, it's already made it big highs, and we got massive volume. Someone's been liking their eagles. So this one's like some sort of layer on top of Ethereum to make it go a lot faster. Because if you've ever used Ethereum, it's expensive and it's not slow, but it's definitely expensive. This is supposed to make it cheaper, from what I understand. And there's another one, competitor to Ethereum. We got Solana. This one's got beat up a little bit, but that is probably due to the fact that their blockchain went offline for about 17 hours when their, something called Great Protocol overloaded the system. Basically a denial of service attack. But Solana's, like, this one is long term. Looks great. Like, can't really say shit about that. Like, 4 hour, just getting support on the 200. that's often looked at as a good value zone. Like, it's still positive slope on the 200. Just kind of grinding that area out. Maybe we'll see another rally up to about 158. And if we can maybe break above that 170 point, and we'll be looking at room for some good continuation to the upside on Solana. Hopefully they got their shit together. What else we got going on in here? Maybe like one or two more. And wrap it up. Call it a night. Oh, the SHIB. If you got the SHIB, you might want to call the doctor. What the fuck is that? I don't want to like laugh. Like someone lost some serious money holding that shit. No, bro. Fucking love dogs. Sorry. Anyways, is it doing anything? It was listed on Coinbase. Had a nice little pump here. But like really, it like didn't do shit. Like you thought Coinbase would have helped something. It's just a dead heartbeat. Poor Shiba Inu. Pouring out for your dog. I'll take a look at Pancake Swap. Anyone like their pancakes? You can have your cake and eat it too. Or at least I used to think that. Back when I was holding it on the way up here. I did not hold on to it on the way down here. And I did not buy on. Well, I bought a little bit down here. Sold somewhere in here. But I have not been holding on to this. Like this one was pretty sweet because of the interest bearing contract or whatever. Staking. It was like over 100% a year. Compounding interest. But don't think you're going to want to get compounding interest on something that looks like that. Like down 75%. Yeah, that's no bueno. And we have downtrend here. We likely going down to $15. And, you know, do we put in a base somewhere around 15? Maybe. Thank you. Thank you, Pat. Much appreciated, man. Shout out. Alright. Is there anything else I can look at before I sign off? I had high hopes for Pancake Swap. It was a great Binance chain decentralized exchange that you can, you know, have liquidity mining, all sorts of great shit. But I hear there's a coin where people have been moving their cakes, getting their baby cakes. Hint, hint. That's, you might have to look into that. What else we got going on here? Doge? No, I'm not just gonna start fucking around like that. I think we take out 16 cents. Like, this is really looking bad for Doge. Everyone's favorite meme coin. Like, I guess ever since Shiba came around. Like, now we got dogfights going on. Yeah. So, where are some downside targets if you're actually looking for that kind of thing? Because I really don't have any upside targets right now. Like, now you got... Well, actually, I would maybe call maybe a little relief bounce. Come in and test this incoming death cross here. Death cross being the 55 green coming below the red 200. So, you know, for a good moving average cross, a good death cross, probably like to see the price action at least come up just to test it, get rejected. Like, yep, this is a death cross. So maybe we see a nice little short-term rally back upwards to, oh wow, 20% move. Jesus, you do you though. That's just what I could maybe see. Could maybe even see something a little higher. But how do you really like get a pivot point on something like this? Like, maybe if it takes till over here to get there. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think it looks good for Doge. Like I've been saying since, really way up here. But I think this is when I was basically saying, no good. But also back here, it was on the lower high. Yeah, pretty rough. Doge has been on a downhill for quite a while. Check out the Telegram if you're not in it yet. We discuss this type of shit. Alright. If you're still here and watching, thank you very much. Really appreciate you. The last one, and then I'm off. Cardano. I almost forgot about Cardano. But how could I? They got smart contracts going on. But no, like, for real, like, this, if it's not going to the abyss and being rejected off the 21 here, down to the 200 before maybe going back up. Because that's a possibility. It could be rejected off the 21 somewhere around 236. Just kind of bounce its way through the moving averages till it gets down around 180-ish to the 200 moving averages, which kind of comes into alignment with some of these old resistance points here and supports. So yeah, is Cardano going down to 150 over time? Maybe. If it doesn't V bottom its way off of here, like we are not really getting a major volume spike. Like I'm not really calling a low here. Are we getting any kind of okay. Crap, what was I going for? Oh yeah. Expanding, or are we? Alright, so we're still going into some more consolidation. Doesn't look like we're going to be breaking any ranges, so probably, maybe some more sideways is what it's kind of looking on for some Cardano here. And, we're in neutral bearish territory, so on the RSI, so it's looking basically more like, sideways and down, maybe some more sideways and down. So if we're going to see some sideways and down action, maybe it's likely that we do get down around 180 to 160 again for Cardano. Like, it just launched its smart contracts, yes, but it's still kind of new, so it's going to take a little time before they get the bugs worked out on any of those and people start adopting them. And it's not just going to be straight to the moon for Cardano. I could be wrong, but that's just what I see for Cardano. And I guess there's one last thing I wanted to look at for Bitcoin. Something more fundamental, really. Like, what if you understand what's going on with the network? Something called the miners. They are the ones that support the network by validating all the transactions. And what we're about to look at is the hash ribbons. This, oh, okay, wow. I have way too many on. We'll do one last in-depth look at Bitcoin and then I'm signing off. So, if you go back over time, anytime there's a blue buy signal, you usually see nice rallies. Blue buy signal here, rally. Blue buy signal here, rally. Here, rally. But, I mean, then you get your capitulation dumps. The miners, generally, once again, blue buy signal here, major rally to the upside. You get the point. When people are spending money to buy hardware to secure the network, that hardware consumes insane amounts of electricity. So they are betting with their dollars, not only on the Bitcoin network, but the Bitcoin itself, like the idea of it, decentralized money. With China banning cryptocurrencies, if you understand what Bitcoin is and what it was created for in 2008 with the white paper by Satoshi Nakamoto, you will understand that when it came out in 2009, that it was the product of the 2008 financial crisis, and its goal was to create peer-to-peer digital cash. So there are transactions that can't be stopped by any entity, and as long as you have, your wallet, you have some Bitcoin, you can transact with anyone in the world that, your transactions can't be censored. If you have, back then it just required, something as simple as a laptop and you could, earn Bitcoin. Now it takes massive hardware. But the idea is that anyone can mine. No one can tell you not to mine. No one can really kick you off the network unless you're acting maliciously. But that's a whole nother topic for another day. So what we got going on right here really is just, we have seen the buy signal back in August. But it's really not getting back up to these major levels when we had this major run. So what's going on here? We're also losing some strength. It looks like it's just kind of curling over. And if we get one of these red capitulation signals, like, that's when we get to talking about when I was drawing triangles earlier, like a kindergartner. When we get to those much lower targets going on, the miners, if they're turning off because for whatever reason there's regulations, like when China basically told all the miners to get out, there was some flooding going on that caused a lot of miners to turn off. Whenever the miners have some network issues, it will often kind of reflect in the price. So if we take an analysis of what's going on fundamentally with the network, maybe we can have an idea generally of what's going on in the price. And it looks like it could be tipping over while the price tips over. And one more thing I did want to point out is this really striking similarity here and here. Oops. So first let's look at this area real fast. Really good. So you have a series of higher highs here. And then you finally get this lower low and lower high, and then it just breaks down. What do we got going on over here? Something very similar. We have a series of higher highs that then breaks that low. Lower high, lower low, lower high, maybe a lower low, lower high. It's just, Bitcoin is just, the whole market is just looking really abysmal. And if you've been in the Telegram, you've been hearing me shout, probably fairly annoyingly lately, about, hey, it could be going south, everybody. But anyways, that's just my thoughts on, some of the fundamentals. I didn't want to leave that out. So I think it helps kind of paint the general picture of what could be happening. And I think I'm going to sign off. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope to see you in the next one. Have a good one. See, I'm an amateur. I don't really know how.